Gigabit connectivity to create the gigabit society is a major driver for the industry. But is there a role for copper, or should we focus exclusively on fibre? Here at Total Telecom's Gigabit Access event in Brussels, we've been getting some expert opinion.
In Western Europe, we still have quite a lot of copper being deployed in the past years, and although FTTH is really the target technology, the only one that will be scalable, there is still copper to be used in the coming years, especially more in the rural areas.
At Calix, we believe the majority of investment has to absolutely be in fibre. There will be niche occasions where copper investment remains in complex MDU ownership environments, for example, where g.Fast can play a part using existing copper infrastructure. Even in that case, of course, that g.Fast unit has to be fed by fibre anyway.
There's a very important role for copper in gigabit technology or gigabit connectivity, and it's really about driving gigabit services where you can't get the fiber. Fiber is the workhorse for gigabit technology, but technologies like g.Fast are going to drive our ability to get it into the corners of the network where it's important, MDUs and other areas where the fiber drop is just too expensive.
I think there is still definitely a role for copper in gigabit connectivity. I mean, every 5 years or so it's traditional to say that the future is fully fibre, and copper's still there, and I think that'll be true for a while to come.
There is a very, very serious role for copper right now in the industry. Obviously there are millions and millions of DSL ports in every country in the world, and they are being underutilised right now. That's infrastructure that exists. It's mostly written off by most of the financial guys in the telcos, and it really takes very, very little to activate that infrastructure for gigabit access.
There might be a role for copper, but I am very much convinced that fibre will become the predominant technology. But for us as Devolo, it's not so much about the access technology, it's about securing the best in-home experience and the best customer experience within the home.
Absolutely, there is a role for copper. We see two types of subscribers out there. Bandwidth hogs, who are consuming a lot of bandwidth and who need those very high bandwidth services, and the rest of us, who are just normal internet users, who are streaming video and just doing emails and things like that. And for the rest of us, which is probably 80% of the installed base of subs, a gigabit service is definitely something that will satisfy our needs for the next many years. And from that perspective, copper using g.Fast can get to gigabit speeds, can get even to 2 gigabit peak speeds. It's a dedicated 1 or 2 gigabit connection, and that helps it stay relevant for the next many years.
At Comso, we think that leveraging existing copper infrastructure is a way to speed up the deployment of gigabit access networks. It's also a way to bridge the gap where fiber to the home is not economically feasible, but I think in the future fiber to the home is really the way to go.